Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. It's July 14, 2023. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're safe. Thanks for joining me again. Let's jump right into it. Today, I want to talk about accountability, or at least start a conversation about how we need to rethink how we think about accountability. For many of us, accountability is something that's imposed from the outside, it's somebody holding us accountable, or really, it is a politically correct way of saying, who do I blame when something goes wrong? And I'm not here to dispute like that isn't a thing, a phenomena that we experience in our organizations. But I read a book some years ago, but it continues to remain impactful to me by Peter Kusenbaum and Peter Block, Freedom and Accountability at Work. And they challenge this narrow conception of accountability. And I agree with their challenge of it. And this is why I think it's important that when we want to really talk about things in depth, we got to go beyond what the dictionary says. We got to really reflect on what we're thinking about and talking about. Because accountability starts with each of us holding ourselves as individuals, you holding yourself accountable, me holding myself accountable. We have no choice but to do that because we are always acting, making choices, and there are consequences to those things. Now, to not hold ourselves accountable is to not care, but that's a highest form of irresponsibility, if you ask me. So, accountability starts with at an individual level, and anything that's imposed or comes from the outside is secondary. So just thought exercise. If you hold yourself accountable for doing the best job you can do at work, does anybody else need to hold you accountable for that? No. You just do the work you need to do because you hold yourself accountable to a high standard. So once we begin to rethink accountability and talk about it differently, not as much as something where somebody else has to hold people accountable, but really as an expectation we have that each individual is holding him or herself accountable for the work that they do, then the conversation completely changes. And when things go wrong, we have a completely different conversation. So, the question I have for you today is when it comes to work, do you hold yourself accountable first? Do you recognize that you're making choices? You cannot not make a choice, and that all these choices have consequences, some good, some bad. And do you say, yes, I recognize this and I'm going to be responsible? So I'm holding myself accountable for the things I do or don't do. And this extends to joy at work as well. You hold yourself accountable for experiencing joy at work. We often want to hold other people accountable for our experience in joy at work. And this is not to suggest that other people don't have a play where we are part of a community, society, so we must interact with people. But we can't simply say, I'm going to hold everyone else accountable and not hold myself accountable. What are you doing? What am I doing to increase our joy at work? So, accountability, rethink it. Start with yourself and ask yourself, how do I increase my own accountability? And then, how do I increase it in a way that helps me experience more joy at work? Hope you found this helpful. Hope it's useful. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, share it with somebody you know it will benefit. I'll see you next time. Bye.